What up guys, Chef Beardsly. If I sound a little nasally, I just got over being sick. I'm still congested, so you might hear me during this video. But in this video, sorry if you hear that, I got my fan going. We're gonna be running the Vigilante again. So if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, I love the way it handles. It handles really nicely. Like, you can't take that away from the truck. It has a good power, but the main issue for me is there's no throttle control in the air. So if you give it throttle in the air, the nose doesn't want to come up. You hit the brake, it'll front flip, but I can't get any throttle control in the air. Not saying other YouTubers are lying or anything like that, but to backflip this thing is a bear. You either need the perfect kind of lip for it, or it's not going to do it. And if they tell you otherwise, you take it with a grain of salt. I at least mine, very little throttle control in the air. So what I did, I'm trying my best not to gear it up because I like the speed it's getting. I know you should gear up to get the more tire rotation so you can rotate better, but it already heats up pretty good. It gets pretty warm, so my last ditch effort will be gearing up, but I really don't want to do that. So what I did was I thickened the diffs. I set it up like the Outcast almost. I did 1 million in the front. I know it's a lot, but I have plenty of room to turn, so I'm not worried about that. So I did 1 million in the front, 20 million in the center. There's earplugs in this one, so there's 20 million in the center here and 500K in the rear. My buddy KGM, he said he still doesn't really get air control with that, with the throttle, but I'm going to try it, see what happens, and then if that don't work, which it probably won't, I'm going to take these tires off and put backflips on here. I feel like these balloon, but I don't think they're ballooning enough because these are a little softer. So I'm going to try that. So we're going to run it with the diffs just like they are set up now with the stock tires. See how the throttle control is then. And then if that doesn't work, we're going to put the backflips on here and hopefully I get better air control with the throttle. And then last ditch effort, we'll be gearing up, but like I said, I don't want to do that because it already gets pretty warm, and once you gear up, you get warmer. But I'm going to give it hell. We're going to set up the ramp. It might not be crazy sends or nothing. It's just more tweaking. Can we get this thing to actually have throttle control in the air? And like I said, I really don't want to gear up, but we're going to try it and see what happens. I do like the truck, but the throttle control in the air is an issue. But yeah, let's I'm going to charge us some batteries and we'll get her going and see what happens. All right, so it's later in the day. It's about 7 o'clock at night. It rained a little, so it's cooled down. It's beautiful. I dragged the ramp over here with the pliers. We're going to throw some batteries in it. I'm going to try to set up. I'm still working on my angles, so bear with me. I'm trying to catch the landings, but it's a work in progress, obviously. So this is really just to test out if I can get some air control. So we're going to test it with the stock tires and the differential fluid I put in there. And then I don't have high hopes because my buddy KGM still says he don't have any throttle control in the air. So I'm going to throw backflips on it after that. Again, my last ditch effort is to gear it up because I do have heat issues. Not issues, but it gets pretty warm. I will if I gear up. So last ditch effort, that's hard to say, is going to be gearing up. Hopefully she has some air control now. Seems like she wheelies better. The sad part is this truck is awesome in the sense that it handles so good. Again, yeah, that was full trigger. And I did up the punch on this ESC. I'm trying not, I do not want to gear it up. I know I said that before, but yeah, it just has, I must have came disconnected. Excuse me. It just, oh, there we go. Yep. Something came unplugged. Hopefully. It's just, it has, the handling's fantastic. If we can figure out a way to give it some throttle control in the air, it's going to be unstoppable. Like, and that's wholeheartedly, like, no bullshit. No, like, it wasn't given to me. I'm trying to do it so I don't have to gear it up. I know some people are doing backflips with it and stuff, but they either geared up or they have a perfect ramp for it. I want it to rotate. So the goal is to get this thing to freaking rotate. So I'm going to throw some tires on it. I'm going to throw these backflips on because these tires aren't doing it. So hopefully the backflips fixes this issue, and it'll have some throttle control in the air, because other than that, the truck's fantastic. It just needs that throttle control in the air. So I really don't want to up the gearing. So let me swap these tires out. Let's throw some backflips on it, and yeah, give it hell. All right, so I obviously swapped out the backflips. They are noticeably way lighter. So hopefully we can get that rotation I want with the lighter tire. And honestly, they look kind of badass on the truck. Hopefully I can get the rotation or something close to what I'm looking for. Because again, I do not want to have to up the gearing because I already get warm. So let's give her hell and see what happens, man. A little better, but still same issue, man. But if I keep backflips on it, it'll be a lighter tire, so it actually might help with heat. Yeah. That was full trigger. Give me a break with hitting this ramp. It's the second time I'm using it. So cut me a little bit of a break. I know some of you are going to be like, you suck at hitting a ramp, or this ramp reminds you of somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I didn't know who that guy was until after someone told me. So I just do what I want. The sad part is I still recommend this truck just because it handles so nice. But like right there, like no throttle, man, no throttle in the air. No throttle. And yeah, I could have hit the brake to finish the front flip, but I'm just curious if I could bring the nose up at all. And it just doesn't want to come up. That little tree. But yeah, so I want to say the diffs helped a little, the tires helped a little, but we're gonna have to gear it up. The guys that are pulling these backflips with this thing either had the perfect ramp for it or they geared it up. It's not stock out of the box, I can promise you that. See right there, I tried. It just doesn't, it needs that a little bit more. So we're gonna gear it up. I think I'm gonna go up 2 teeth and it should solve the issue. Oh, so close. That's the closest I ever got to a backflip with that. I think we'll go up 2 teeth on the pinion. Oh, a battery. Okay. I think we'll go up 2 teeth on the pinion, and it should have what I'm looking for. So we're gonna run out the rest of these packs, but I think the key to this now is, I think we're gonna keep running backflips just because they're lighter, and then that way when I gear up it'll be less on the drivetrain. So doing the dips definitely helped. Doing the tires definitely helped. It's the closest I got, but still not enough. So we're gonna have to gear it up. Like I said, probably 2 teeth. And I should be able to at least finish a backflip. Again, either the guys doing these backflips geared it up a lot, or they had the perfect ramp, because this thing does not like the backflip. Great truck, handles fantastic. Once we get this figured out, it's going to be unstoppable. Remember I was telling you guys about heat? It's only like 84 right now, and the back of this motor, it's pretty freaking warm, man. Like, I have a higher tolerance for heat on things, but that's hot, and it's not even like barely any like run time on it, and that motor's already hot. Man, I really don't want to gear this thing up. I lost another antenna tube. This came loose, probably from that front impact. That's not the truck's fault, that's more just it hitting the front end. It broke right through the battery box. So the journey continues on, can we get throttle control in the air with this thing? It is a max 6 in there. So what we could do is up the motor. I think we're gonna up the motor because this is a 1250 kV. That's too high for this, and dude, that's so warm. Barely any run time. It might need a motor. Not saying that the motor's crap and blew up, but for throttle control in the air, it's not there. And I barely ran that, and that thing's pretty freaking warm, dude. Holy crap. Decisions. I don't know what to do. Honestly, I think we might just swap the motor, because gearing up is just gonna get hotter, and that's already hot, man. I wish I brought my battery checker with me. I would tell you guys how much battery we use. We use like, we could not have used more than 50%. That was a short run. That motor's so hot. Son of a, like I said, I don't hate the truck. The truck's awesome. It handles so good. It's just, we got to figure out the air control in the air, because this is not what I want. If you just want something to rip around and have a lot of fun with and do normal jumps and stuff, hell yeah, get it all day. If you want something to send and do crazy backflips with, it'll send. It's tough for sure, but for backflips and stuff, until you start gearing it, it's not going to do it. I don't care what these other guys say. I'm telling you straight up, out of the box, it will not want to backflip unless you had the perfect ramp. So we're going to get on the bench. I'm going to show you guys how much battery I actually use, because this motor is hot, man. I should have brought my thermometer out here. All right, let's get it to the bench. I'll tell you how much we used. All right, so it's probably 20 minutes later or more, and this motor's still warm. I'm gonna link him in the description, but I was talking to my buddy KGM because he's been having issues with his too. He made a really good point, and I want to make sure he gets the credit for it. He mentioned that he thinks that the internal gearing here is wrong. Not so much the pinion and spur, but there's like an idler gear and stuff in here that he thinks is the wrong amount of teeth to make it actually rotate. And he's making a really good point. So we're going to do some research and figure this thing out. But the fact that the motor got so hot for that little bit of runtime, let me grab this battery and I will tell you guys how much we used. 94% full. So I literally used 6% and that motor was cooking. It was hot. And again, I know you guys see my finger on there, like holding it there. I have a high tolerance for heat just from cooking and stuff and calluses and doing American stuff. But there's no way that motor should be that hot. There's something wrong with the gearing. I can't gear it up because it's gonna cook the motor. So we're either gonna try out, we might try out what KGM was talking about, there's that idler gear in there. Maybe try a different pitch, or not pitch, a different tooth count on there. Or we might just swap out to another power plant, because I have something coming that has a power plant in there that I don't need. You'll see. If you watch my my 1 minute Armageddon video, you'll know what I'm building. But yeah, so I think part of me wants to take, because I have in the XRT, I have the stock motor in there, but a Max 6. And that thing rotates really good. So I might take the motor out of that and put it in here, because that has a Max 6 in there, stock. And we might try it with the Traxxas motor just to see if it's a motor issue or a gearing issue. I think it's a gearing issue, but the fact that it gets so hot makes me nervous, man. It should not have gotten that hot for 6% battery, and I was not on the throttle like crazy. So there's something up with the truck. We will figure it out, because, and again, I'm not trying to talk crap on the truck. I think the truck's great in the sense that it handles fantastic. Like, if you guys just want to do little jumps and like really rip it around, it's awesome. But to get that rotation with the throttle, it's not working. You're gonna have to gear it up, and gearing it up, you're gonna cook your motor. I don't care what anybody says, that motor's gonna cook. As hot as that got with 6% battery usage, there's something up with the truck. And the fans were running the whole time, so don't be like, whoa, you know, no, they were running the whole time. I kept checking. So I don't know. We'll figure it out, because I really like the truck. If we have to get a power plant, we'll get a power plant. I'll throw a Max 5 in there and lower, because I like a lower KV, because I like that grunt at the bottom. But yeah, it's just something up with that motor. There's something. I don't know if it's just mine, because I've seen people do crazy backflips and stuff with them, but mine don't do it. KGM's doesn't do it. RC Guy Garage, he's not like a crazy hard basher. I love his videos, but even him, like watching him, like he gets a little, but not much. So there's something up with that. So those guys are either gearing up and not telling you guys, or some of them do gear up and tell you, not all of them, or they're running something different. There's no way. Or they had the perfect ramp. If you had the perfect ramp, you could backflip anything. Like, I could drive my Chevy off of there and do a backflip. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So like and subscribe. Sorry that I kept rambling, but I want to figure this out, because this truck is great. I really love the way it runs and the way it feels. It drives awesome. It's just, for me, my drive style, I need that throttle control in the air, and it does not have it.